Take care of your mind, body, and soul. That's the motto of Lamor Compton, the Motivator. The California-born is in constant challenge with himself in order to become the better version of himself on a daily basis. How he's helping people to get their financials and their bodies right, and how he got into acting and modeling, you find it out here in this episode. Hey superstar, you can be proud of yourself. You found this channel because you want more out of your life. Normal is not in your dictionary, and you know you can get whatever you dream about. Less talking, more action. My name is Russo, your new success host. Welcome to my podcast, Luxury Problems. All right, welcome to my podcast. Luxury Problems. I'm super honored to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Because you as well, my friend, and a super successful businessman.
Mm-hmm.
You're always giving 100,000%.
I just keep it real.
Keep it real. And that's why I'm super happy to have you here today, because I definitely know you can inspire the young generation and also people who lost their motivation, and that's what that podcast is all about.
That's what I do. That's what my Instagram, if you look at it, it says my name and it says the Motivator, because I just want to inspire and motivate people.
Yeah. Where is that coming from? Like, have you been, when you were like between 5 and 10 years old, like little boy, little Lamor, did you have like other kids, when I'm grown, I want to be a fire worker, police officer?
So when I was younger, it's so fun. I think every kid wanted to be a firefighter at one point. I had a little fire. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right. I mean, hey, women can do it too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But when I was younger, I wanted to be a firefighter. But then eventually I said to myself, I want to be a homicide detective, honestly. Yeah.
What?
So crazy, yeah. So when I was young, I wanted to do that.
Did you watch any series or movies?
I don't know what made me want to do that. But when I told my dad, he was like, what do you want to do? You want to be a lawyer? Mm-hmm. And I was like, maybe, but I want to do the homicide detective thing. So he made me read a whole novel written by Johnny Cochran.
Wow.
And I was like I was a kid.
Yeah.
He made me read this whole novel so I can see what that, that world entails and stuff like that. But yeah, when I was younger, that's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
But then when I saw the stuff that they had to see, the stuff they had to deal with, murder, and it's a pretty cold industry, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So when I saw the stuff that they had to deal with, I was like, no, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I wanted to be when I was younger.
Okay, wow. And then during your growing up in your teenage years, did it change many times what you wanted to do, or was it pretty consistent? Did you already know, okay, that's what I want to do, and that's what I focus on?
When I got into high school, because I've always liked music, but I was like, I think I want to do broadcast journalism, because I was going to go to college after high school. I was the first, male in my family to go to college. So I'm like, what am I going to study? Broadcast journalism. I want to be on TV, be around stars and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I decided on.
Wow, that's
And I went
cool.
to school for that, but I'm not doing that.
You're not doing
No.
it? You dropped it?
I'm an actor, actually. So I act. I have 2 independent films coming out. So I'm not the one asking the questions. I'm the talent on the other side now. So
yeah, that's definitely not the usual kid's dream. Why was that so special to you? You're like, what did that specific dream had that you wanted to do this?
I don't know.
It was just
it's so random when I think about it. I don't know what made me want to be a homicide detective, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it's weird, a little kid hey, I want to solve murders.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Okay, so it was just there, and you just
it came and
went
it went
with the flow.
Yeah, we went through the motions. Yeah.
How do you see that, or do you even feel that way, that your environment and society is changing the view of what people should do for their living? How important is it for you to be in the right environment and follow society rules?
It's always important for you to be around the right people. Like they say, birds of a feather flock together. Mm-hmm. Show me a man's future. I mean, if you want to see a man's future, show me his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So being around the right people is important because that's how you develop certain habits, certain points of view. And yeah, if you're not around the right people, then the right things won't happen.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
How was it when you were first time saying actually what you want to do? Like, did your people, your family, and your friends, did they supported you, or were they like looking at you like, what's
Yeah, yes and no. So like my parents, they supported me, but with parents, it's always kind of like, make sure you got a backup. Yeah, security, Hey, I support your dream, but make sure that you got a plan B, which I understand, because that's a very competitive industry, entertainment period. But for the most part, yeah, they supported me because when I was in high school, I used to do the talent shows and stuff like that. My parents, yeah, I sung the talent shows all the way from 6th grade to like 12th grade. So every year I would participate in a talent show and sing. Yeah, it was pretty fun. And my parents, they supported. They would show up and tell the family like,
of course,
singer and this and this. But yeah. So my circle, they were pretty supportive of everything that I wanted to do.
Which is super important.
Yeah,
like,
so thank God,
Yeah,
but, yeah,
absolutely. That's also why I asked like how important the environment is, because if you have people that always tell you you're not making it, it's not the right thing, like then like how much encouragement do you get by always hearing these type of things?
And some people use that different. Some people go harder because there's people around them telling them they can't do it. So it really just depends on you and how you use that energy that's coming at you,
And also where you're standing. If you are like very fragile and really don't have that self-worth, like yes, you start to believe what people tell you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you gotta be confident in yourself. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
forget everybody around you. If you're not confident in yourself, then it's not going to work. Even if others around you feel that you're great at what you do, if you don't believe it, then it won't happen.
Nobody else will.
Yeah.
Did you have like a moment where it was in the same time your biggest loss, but then automatically your biggest win? Where you feel like the world is like falling apart, what the heck, and where I'm at right now, but then other doors opened for you where you wouldn't have never imagined that this will happen.
My biggest loss was my biggest win. I will say that was when, because I used to work a 9 to 5. I used to work for Verizon for 10 years. I started off in customer service.
It's like a internet or like
Verizon Wireless, the cell phone company.
Oh yeah.
So I started doing the customer service, then went to sales, became a manager. So I was with this company for 10 years. So as we discussed earlier, parents talk about security, So it was a very secure job, but I wasn't happy at all. So
what did you hate the most in this job?
It's repetition. It's like when you do this, I don't like doing the same thing every single day. Like, I need excitement. I need, I need to, my brain needs to be getting fed with new experiences and new information all the time. And that wasn't happening at that job. So I ended up quitting. Now it was scary because.
Did you thought about it, or like,
I thought about it for a very long time, honestly for years, because you're like, damn, this is security. If I want to, the fear of failure, what if I try this and it doesn't happen the way that I want to? Eventually I quit my job and I got fired. I got fired. I got fired. Yeah. No.
I was the king.
No.
I quit.
The truth. Because I quit in my mind.
Okay.
I'd already quit. I was checked out.
You manifested it.
There you go. So I didn't want to be there. So the universe was like, you sure about this? You keep thinking about it all the time. We're going to give it to you. Yeah. And that's what happened. And when it first happened, it was kind of scary because it's like, oh shit, universe, I really got fired. Like, oh shit, what I'm about to do? But then that happening, that L created a win because now I have my own business. I created more time for myself to pursue my passions and my dream, because people don't understand time is very important.
Oh yes, it's the most valuable thing. You cannot pay no money for time.
You can't get it back, So once I left that 9 to 5, because everyone knows a 9 to 5, it's not 9 to 5, it's before that, because you got to get ready for work once you get to work, and then once the job is, the store is closed, you still got to clean up, and then you don't leave.
Don't forget about the mental training.
Exactly. You're dealing with customers all day, so my time was limited. So now I had, this freedom of time, and I created all the things that I wanted. I went on tour for my music.
Wow.
Yeah, I went with Bone Thugs. So it was like a tour sponsored by Monster.
Wow, that's huge.
Ended up doing that. I've performed, opened up for Ty Dolla and a lot of big people. So I've freeing up, my time allowed me to pursue what my actual dream was. So that was my L and my win, because I'm winning now. So,
but it's also great that you see that, because some people, they just dwell on their victim mode. I'm like, oh, this happened to me, and this is like, oh, fucked up, and why is this happening? Always me, and they can't see like the beauty in the things that happens.
And I feel like there's a lesson in everything that happens. You just have to pay attention to it. Life is it's really like a movie, so everything that happens to you is teaching you like a lesson. Is either you learn from it and don't repeat it, or you keep going through the same cycle. Everything is a cycle.
It's like a curse that you need to break.
Exactly.
Because it's gonna keep going. It's like a family curse where people repeating everything in their family, and nobody is there to really say, I break this, and I'm going to make sure my family is doing better, and the next generation, and the next generation.
That victim mentality is not good.
No.
And then, as we both know, like the universe is the law of attraction. It's real. But it goes both ways, positive and negative.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you're always being a victim of something, then the universe is going to continue to make you the victim of whatever it is.
Thoughts become things, right?
There you go.
People.
There you go. The realest shit ever. Thoughts become things. Remember that.
When we're already talking about spirituality and the universe and God, do you personally believe in source? What is it you're believing in, if you, and how important you think it is?
Me, I'm more spiritual. I've never really been religious, even at a young age. My aunties used to go to church. And kind of like, I never thought you needed to go to church to believe in a higher power. That's just me, because preachers are humans too. And they do, and they make mistakes, and they do shit behind closed doors and stuff. So I don't know. I get people need guidance sometimes, but I feel like some people take religion too serious. Where people, you see history, people have killed because of religion. People have
war is
genocide. Exactly. But it says war. What is it good for?
Exactly.
So pretty much.
It divides people. Like it doesn't bring them together.
Religion,
it's like I believe in Allah. You like this is God and this is Buddha, and no, my God is right. Right.
So I'm more religious. I mean, not religious. I'm sorry. I'm more spiritual because I don't know. I believe there's a higher power. There's something that made us. I do believe in the yin and the yang and karma and all that stuff. Everything is energy. Okay, so I feel like what you put out into the universe is what you receive. But, also it has to do with the subconscious mind, that's energy too. I just believe, you do good by people. You just try to live the best life you can. Like, I don't know. I don't think that there was this God is better than that God, or like, I don't know.
Did you always have that realization, or did this came like at a certain moment that you had your rude awakening?
I've always felt that since a young age. I never, I never really understood why people got so upset about religion, because nobody really knows. Nobody was there to see Jesus. No one was there to see Buddha. But yet I'm gonna argue with you and say, no, I'm right. I was there, and if you don't agree, I'm gonna kill your whole crew that don't believe what I believe. Like, what?
It's the same with the Bible. Like, people like preach the Bible so much, but then I think, who is really there to tell this story from back then? People bring out a book, then the next generation add some new stuff. It's the new Bible.
It's like when someone tell you a story,
yeah.
and you go tell your homie, and then you add something, and you be like,
and then it goes around.
and then it goes to somebody else, and they add something,
It's a whole other
and that
story.
shit didn't even happen. Like, you know, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm spiritual. I believe just treat people good. Just be a good person.
Yeah.
You're human. We all make mistakes. We're gonna fuck up, but just try the best that you can.
Basically.
Every day. Okay.
You nailed it.
There you go.
And how did that specific topic changed also your, I mean, changed is probably in your case not the right thing to say because you've always been spiritual, but are you able to implement your belief and your spirituality in your business as well?
Do I implement? Yeah. In my business? Yeah, because I have a few businesses. So I have a credit repair business, Big Shot Credit Repair. I do my fitness.
I'm going to link all the different businesses down this video so you can check them out.
I do the personal training, do the best for all my clients, I guess. So yeah, I don't know.
But when you like do maybe your, that's how I do it. I mean, I use all my powers possible when I know there's maybe something I'm working on right now and I want to get the best result. I meditate on that stuff.
I'm gonna
bring all the abundance to me.
I know what you mean, yeah. I do that too, especially with my credit repair clients. You know, sometimes like I do like a meditation. I bless their letters to make negative accounts. I swear, like I'll pray over their stuff. And I help a lot of people get stuff removed, like repos.
Guys,
and all
no
that stuff.
other credit guy in LA is doing that. So if you want some blessings from above, you better go with him.
Yeah, so yeah, I maybe I'm strange, I don't know, but I believe in energy, you know, and yeah, so I do that too with the working out, you know. I always pray for people, you know.
Which is a beautiful thing because you want others to do good as well.
Yeah.
Not everybody is that way. Some people, they just always scared that somebody else is moving faster than themselves. Somebody is like better than themselves. So they don't want others to do better than themselves.
I never understood that, like how people can hate on others for doing good. Because we all came out of, you know, we all came into this world the same way. Now I will say there are some that have maybe better opportunities than others, but you can always make certain choices that will help you.
Absolutely,
like, you know, so I don't understand like hating on someone for having something good when you can go out there, put in the work and have the same thing. Like, you know?
Yeah. So, especially also when you know these people, be smart enough to like be cool with them and ask them how they were getting to the point where you want to go to.
Yeah.
Like this pride and that ego stuff is not really helpful if you want to make it.
Right. I'm the type of person, if I see you in a nice car, I'll say, hey, that's a nice car.
Yeah.
What do you do?
But that's an American thing.
Oh, really?
Like, I know definitely people in Germany, they are so hateful when it comes to like luxury. I still remember like my ex-boyfriend, he had like a brand new Audi from like the manufacturer, and he came, and always when he went to his clients, like he was in the finance industry as well, and then the client said, oh, that's why he's making so much money, so he can buy that car, because he's screwing people over. That's the only way. I was like, that's why
they be hating like that.
Hating.
You know what? I have a friend. His name is Shiroki. He's from Germany.
Yeah.
He lived out there, and he said the exact same thing. He just he invested in crypto in Cardano, and everything's working out really good for him. He bought like a new BMW out there. Like
how does he do that? I knew he's on some shit.
Yeah, like he said they were like, everyone's hating on him. So it was like, so he ended up moving to Miami where he can be appreciated for his work.
That's and everything.
Yeah, but yeah, someone else told me that too. So it's like that?
Yeah, it's like that.
That's crazy.
Like it's the same with everything else. If like a woman takes care of herself, she's dressing like nicely, like everything that I was wearing in Germany was already, this was super like, oh, really? Like that's super basic, right? I have my flip flops on.
Hey, you know, so funny. I went on a Euro trip, and one of the places I went to was Germany. It was like
Frankfurt,
near Frankfurt, where I was
Stuttgart?
at. I don't know. I went to a club. There was a club called Euro Palace. You ever heard of Euro Palace?
Palace. I have to look it up, but then I can probably tell you where exactly that is.
Yeah, but anyway, I went to this club. It was the hugest club I've ever been to. It was an actual pirate ship in one of the rooms. It was like multiple rooms. Yeah, it was crazy.
That is cool. Like I need to know where that is.
But yeah, after the club, it was so funny. Like the girls there in Germany are like very aggressive.
Are they?
Yeah, like they are like.
Like what type of sense you mean aggressive?
Well, because I was leaving and they were like, obviously they found me attractive and one.
Also sexually.
Yeah.
Like they throw shit at you.
Hopefully not. Don't throw shit at me. But yeah, I was like, that shit is crazy. But Germany is cool. I never would have thought though that people hate on each other
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, a lot. Like especially when like jealousy there is pretty big. And even though they look in your face and tell you, wow, yeah, cool, but when they talk to their friend, they talk shit about you. You know, it's like that type of energy. That's why I could
but
not
I think
stay
that could
there.
be. I think that's anywhere.
But it's different.
Yeah.
Like I experienced it here so much different. Like as I said, like I go to the supermarket and like 5 times a woman tells me, "Oh, I like your lipstick. Oh, I like it." Like the weirdest
So
stuff.
that don't happen
like,
at all in Germany?
No. You need to be very close to somebody to give them a compliment like that.
That's crazy.
Like I'm like your friend. I'm like, man, I really like your jewelry. It looks really good on you. Like that's okay, but everything else is like weird. What does she want from me? Why is she trying to get some points? Like why is she nice? Like all that stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah,
spread love
please,
and accept it.
Please spread the love.
That's the best way to learn from people who've actually done stuff. You know, knowledge is power.
Absolutely, yes. The biggest power you can have. So educate yourself, guys, because nobody can take it away from you.
Yeah, that's one thing no one can take away.
Yeah.
Is your knowledge.
Exactly.
They can take your money. So they can take your money.
Oh yeah.
They can't take your brain.
Exactly. Do you have a secret wish, something like maybe already in childhood or teenager years, where you're like, I always want to do this, but I'm like, and I never did because of fear or maybe because of hesitance or
something I've always wanted to do but haven't done it. I don't know.
And can be anything. Doesn't have to be like business related. Can be like personal or where you want to travel or who you want to meet. And
I don't know, because I've done a lot of stuff.
You had your bucket list and you like chop everything.
Yeah, I've lived. I guess one was to jump out of an airplane to go skydiving.
Oh my god, and I saw that on Instagram, right? I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah, it was crazy. Jumped out of an airplane at 14,000 feet.
What do you
and
think
the crazy part about it is like when you go skydiving. So I jumped with an instructor, so I was attached to somebody. So the thing is like, which was crazy when I think about it in retrospect, I trusted this random stranger enough to jump out of an airplane at 14,000 feet. And hey, I hope you know what you're doing because my life.
What did you ask him while you were driving down? You're like, hey dude, how long are you doing this?
It's little thoughts that I thought of in my head, but at the end of the day, you gotta have faith, you know?
Oh yes.
You gotta have faith in man, and just, that's when your spirituality comes into play. You say, God, hey.
But in the same time, that goes to show you that's how also every business function. You don't know from the beginning if you would do this with somebody, if you would go to your big shot credit repair. But if you can show me you've done this a few times before and it worked out, then there is this plan and this trust that somebody knows what they're doing.
Right.
You probably looked up that company or that guy, right? Or did you just
I looked up the company, but it's still like up to the individual at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They're just, but it was a dope experience to see, like they say, with big risk comes, great rewards. And the reward of that skydive was just seeing the world from a bird's eye point of view, like a different perspective, because it was a fear. So a very big fear, like jumping out of a plane, just free falling, like, who just wakes up and says, hey, I want to do that. Like not a lot of people.
No.
So
I never had that before.
So to take that risk and actually have a dope experience, it just makes you think like, man, if I could do this, I could do anything. Like, what?
Yeah.
You can't tell me shit. I jumped out of an airplane.
Yeah, it's that overcoming.
Yeah.
Like certain fears that you have, and it's with every fear. If you like the smallest stuff, if it's just starting finally to start a podcast, or some people just have problems speaking in public. So then it's your challenge to say, this is my fear, so how can I break this? I just do it. Or it's like being on Instagram and talking to the story. When I started to do this, like, this was like Snapchat. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm talking to the phone, but I guess that's what everybody does now. And then I saw like people really love this engagement, me with the community. But they're not also talking random shit, but really actually talking about, I bring them with me on my journey, how I was doing my thing until I became that entrepreneur and building my business and seeing this authenticity from somebody that is actually going there right now. It's not like all the Instagram people like saying, hey, I'm that coach, or I'm this and this, and you better believe me, and I make my money that way. But everybody's like this because you can show off on Instagram everything that you want.
Right.
Who does actually know if
right
that's
here,
real?
this is powerful.
It is.
And if you know how to use it right for business, then you know anything's possible. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to know who you would like to have dinner with, and what would you ask that person?
I don't know. I would want to sit down with Kanye West.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just ask him like just different questions about his business ventures. Just have an organic conversation with him, because I feel like it'll be he's an interesting character, you know.
So interesting.
Yeah, you know, so
like you never know what can come out of his
right.
mouth.
So I know it's not going to be a boring conversation, and I'm sure I'll come out learning something, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Because, you know.
Yeah.
He is where he is.
What inspires you the most about him?
His you know, and not saying he's always right, but he, you know, he admits when he makes mistakes and stuff. You know, but just his don't give a shit attitude, like, you know, because especially being an entertainer and being a public, you know, figure, everyone's judging you off of everything you do all the time, and he just don't give a shit. He just does what he does.
And he's pretty vulnerable, like, to the outside world. Like, he don't care if he's crying now or what people say about him. Yeah,
because he's human. He goes through the same stuff that everybody goes through. Yeah. But everybody likes to point because it makes them feel better about whatever's going on.
That goes back to the story that we just had earlier. It comes always down to who you are and how happy you are with yourself.
Right. Yeah, so that's one person I would sit down with, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely you have some takeaways when you had dinner with him. It's pretty cool. So I know you have a beautiful daughter, like she's your future, and you actually can relate to that question. But what can you tell the kids out there, our future generation, when it comes down to following your dreams, your desire, but also like a general advice that you give them?
Follow your dreams, you know, create good habits now so that your future is just filled with just positive, you know. Like even like, okay, for example, financial habits, you know, start that early, because, you know, financial literacy is not something that's taught to us from a young age. You know, in high school we learn shit like Pythagorean theorem and
we don't learn future stuff in school.
Yeah, and trigonometry and stuff that we will not use, that is not, unless you're like a architect or you're in a specialized field of something, but they don't teach us about financial literacy. So any advice I give to the kids is really learn about that at a young age. I say 16 starts, you know, studying about learning about stocks, you know, investments, you know, savings, all that different stuff. You know, credit, of course, because life is credit.
Here in America, kids, credit is power.
You know, and that's why I started my credit repair business, big shot credit repair, because I wasn't taught about credit from a young age. So I ended up having bad credit when I was younger because I didn't learn it in school. My parents didn't learn about it, so they didn't really know what to teach me. And I ended up teaching myself.
So where did you get that knowledge from? Like, for the kids out there that, you know, they're like, yeah, cool, but where, like, I have nobody telling me.
This is the age of the internet. You can get it anywhere, you know. Social media, I learned a lot of stuff by credit. YouTube, I bought books. I spent a few thousand on like books and financial literacy books. I just really just used the internet to find what you know. We live in a world where information.
That little machine.
Yeah.
You cannot only scroll through Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
It's actually there to learn and educate yourself. As we said, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And you have the choice to decide if you want to be successful.
Right.
If you want to really live your dream and not only dream your dream because you see them in big pictures on Instagram, but you have to take action.
Right. And being young, I feel like that's when you're young, take as many risks as you can. You know, especially in business. You know, because you can afford it. You know, the older you get, there's certain things you can't.
From some parents. Hey, this guy on that podcast said take as many risks as you can.
You know, like business risk, not life risk.
Jumping out of the airplane.
But you know what? You're right. Yeah, jump out of planes. Do every
but please with some
at least
like
with someone who has a few months of experience. No, but yeah, that's what I say. Just educate themselves as much as they can. But yeah, that's my advice to the kiddies, to the kids out there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Learn,
grow, make mistakes, and learn from them and do it again.
That's the important thing. Learn from the mistakes. People don't learn shit.
Yeah, and that's also a universe thing. Like, you get certain situations again and again and again, but only because you did not learn at the first place. They testing you. They want to see if you're really ready for it.
Yeah. Who's they? Who's they? We always say they. Like the universe.
All the particles from the universe combined. Like whatever's like, you know.
Like there's a board of like beings that watch us and say, okay, they're ready for the next level.
Sometimes I really would like to know how it really works. But yeah.
But you know it works. You just know it works. You don't know how, but you just know it works.
I just have way too much proof for myself. I'm going to make a different episode for that one. I just have too many things where I know I put that in motion. I sent my thoughts out and I put the work in. And it actually happened. Yeah. And it's scary, but so powerful in the same time. And like, wow. Yeah. I can't do so much more.
It's easy. It just takes patience and consistency. That's it.
Yeah.
And we, you know, it's hard because we want shit now.
And consistency is very important because sometimes you do something for a whole entire year. Every day you're building, every day you're writing, every day you do this stuff. But there's no reward yet because you don't work for nobody else, so you're not getting your paycheck, which is motivating you to keep going. So you have to do it for yourself.
But you gotta look at the end picture and say, okay, this is the goal. So keep going until you hit that goal.
Just imagine you have waited one day longer and keep writing and like a huge
and it be like that.
Yeah.
Like right when you want to give up, you're like, man, this shit's taking too long.
Yeah.
And it just pops.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, if I had quit, I wouldn't have shit.
I was so close.
That's the motto. If you quit, you ain't gonna have shit.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Exactly. Already the fire alarm is coming. Don't quit, okay? Well, that was basically everything that I was trying to get out of you. All the information that you have for everybody out there, as I said, the young generation and also people that lost their motivation, because that can happen at any age. You can like be in your 9-to-5 for 40 years and then all of a sudden you just have that rude awakening where like it's just not it no more. And what's next? Like, I'm too old to start something new.
And that's another thing. Don't look at age. You're never too old, man. There's people that start dynasties at the age of 50. Like, you know, so don't look at age. just do it. Like Nike said, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, don't think too much about it. Don't think yourself out of elevation. Just take the risk and learn as you go. And when you learn as you go, that's how you grow. You know?
That's even a rhyme. You want to rap now?
Learn as you go. That's how you grow.
That's a flow. That's how we go.
Look at you, the rapper. Anna the rapper.
We still need to like go in the studio one time. No, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all your experience and all the knowledge that you gained over your years.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram, everywhere, at Lamor Compton, Lamor, last name Compton, like the city. My company, Big Shot Credit Repair. I have a book on Amazon.
Don't forget, he's praying on them.
Yes, I pray. So if you need your credit fixed, let me know. I pray over your letters, over your stuff. It's in God's hands.
Only on the full moon, because that's when the power is the power.
I know, you got the power all the time. You just gotta, believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have a book on Amazon by Lamor Compton, Hidden Secrets, What the Credit Bureaus Don't Want You to Know.
Ooh.
I also do personal training. I'm a jack of all trades. I do a lot. Because I believe in people being healthy and their financials being right. So that's why I focus on fitness and, people building up their credit, because a lot of people don't know about credit.
Oh, yeah.
But if you want any, information on training and nutrition, I have a book on Amazon also for that. It's called Train Like a Lion, How to Eat Like a God and Train Like a Beast. But yeah, I got 2 independent movies coming out. Look, just Google Lamor Compton, Lamor, last name Compton, like the city.
I'm gonna put all the infos, links in the show notes, and also in the video description, so people can find you. You're not getting confused, because I see them typing right now. I need that book, I need this, I need credit repair, I need it all.
Google me.
So basically, when they book you, they have the full package. They need to walk around no more. And
there you go. I do it all.
Yeah, he's doing it all. That being said, thanks for tuning in, and check him out. Definitely valuable information that you can get. And thank you so much for coming, stopping by, and maybe we have part 2 one day.
We will. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I hope y'all learned something today.
Exactly. Peace out. Bye bye.